that population into a market opportunity. But the best way to do that is through digitization, because that cuts across borders and even the time zones and trade. The target countries, we're looking at the 7 East Africa Community countries, but I also know that Somalia has recently joined the East Africa Community, so it will be looking at 8 East African countries that are coming together to be part of this collaboration framework in the region. What we also did was look at the stakeholders that are actually critical in building this regional cooperation framework. As I mentioned to you, there's a lot of investment, financial, that is going into the ecosystem, but also there's a lot of things that we can tap into. So as a snapshot on a framework, if you're looking at the innovators and the SMEs as the heartbeat or the central focal point, then we have government at the top being the key enabler in terms of developing the right policy, regulation frameworks, and even looking at how to create a conducive environment for the startups and the SMEs to thrive in the country, in their own countries. Then also looking at academia. Academia plays a very critical role in terms of building the talent. What the challenges that they've been facing is that they are lacking that entrepreneurial mindset-oriented talent that is coming into the industry. So universities play that key role, but the larger one that also they play is on research and innovation. And even there lies an opportunity where we can actually commercialize all those patents and IPs that have been generated by the university and turn them into a business to birth an industry. So that is a very key role that academia is playing. Then we also have investors who are also providing the capital that we need to actually activate these businesses and provide sustainability thereof. Then of course we have the entrepreneur support organizations that are nurturing these talents through a journey. As what David had mentioned, it doesn't take 2 weeks to build a business. An idea, yes, but not a business. And that is why the ESOs are working with these innovators across the entire journey in that regard. Then of course we have innovation and trade associations. Those ones cannot be overlooked because they play the role of advocacy, at the same time also being the collective voice for different entrepreneurs across the different countries to be able to influence the East Africa Community agenda. And also providing market linkages that all these different players are relying on. And finally, we have industry and corporates who are also they actually are a market in itself because they can offtake those innovations that are coming from the university. They can also be the investors in terms of giving seed capital or funding that can support the innovations to thrive, but at the same time also working very closely with academia to provide trends and emerging opportunities that can be turned into a curriculum to ensure that the ESC community is not left behind when the world is progressing forward, especially in the world of digitization. And that is a mapping of the key stakeholders that would form part of this collaboration framework. Now, you might ask me, this is really nice, Mercy, we have nice graphs and everything, but I'm a very practical person. How does collaboration really look like in a roadmap? What we have done as partners, these are 2 programs. We have the Innovators Sprinter program and the Digital Training Skills program. And these 2 programs are coming under the umbrella of the digital skills for an innovative East African industry. What we're going to do is that we're going to leverage this existing program that has now 2, shall I call them children? 2 initiatives to actually forge this regional collaboration framework across the entire 8 East Africa communities. So areas that you need to take note is now. One of them that we're going to do, the next slide. Next one. George, yeah, great. One of them is on capacity building. We're going to be focusing on innovation, looking at digitization, and commercialization. Thereby, we're going to be working very closely with the universities to actually have some of these trainings being hosted there, or even have faculty becoming advisors to these young innovators as they build their business. As an ecosystem, if you have any training content, and I can see some of my members are here, where are the ASEC members? I can see Wild is here. Raise your hand, be proud. Marketing opportunity, wonderful. Yes. If you have any curriculum that you'd like to contribute, this is the place where you can do that, so that we do not have to duplicate training, right? For example, if you look at, we have Justice Hill. They focus on issues on justice and equality. Do we need to recreate curriculum for that? Of course not. So anything around creating an inclusive community, or looking at how people can advocate in their own communities, we can leverage existing content that is available. The second one is on mentorship and coaching. And here we're going to do it as sector specific. As David had mentioned in the previous presentation, we have different sectors, almost around 10, that we're supporting these young innovators in. So whether you're an expert or you're studying in that specific field, come in and be a mentor or a coach. The second one that we're going to do is country context. Now remember, this is also a live streamed event that we're going to disseminate to the different countries. We also need country mentors to come up in those specific sectors to support them to thrive. And the last one is looking at peer-to-peer learning. We all have the collective knowledge in this room that we can leverage. There's no person who's greater or lesser in the room. We all have something to contribute, and that comes under coaching and mentorship. The other one is looking at a study tour. We understand that there are some countries within East Africa community that are thriving or have set up the right policy frameworks to ensure that we are building a vibrant ecosystem. Thereby, we're going to be having 2 study tours, one in Kenya and another one in Rwanda. And that already is a way of bridging these 2 networks to come together. But the good thing that we're doing is that not only are we doing the study tour, which is physical, we'll also have a virtual study tour, whereby we'll have every country present and showcase what they're doing and presenting. The other one that we're looking at is cross-knowledge transfer. We're going to be leveraging the Inter-University Council of Education and also Senate, which is an incubation that was set up by IUCA and the German Corporation, to also learn how they have done it. It's been in operation for more than 3 years and operating within the university, and I can tell you it's actually very profitable. So even for the industry ESOs, how can we learn about sustainability from a university-based innovation hub, but at the same time leveraging associations like ASEC and other ESOs across the entire East Africa region to share knowledge and look at how we can commercialize them into business opportunities. Because as what Joseph has said, we need to make money, right? So it's not only about talking, but making money. Yes, and finally, looking at the business and investment landscape, we'll be hosting 7 investor demo days, whereby you would be invited to become a judge or even an investor in that regard, but at the same time also hosting targeted exhibition and pitching events. The final one. Looking at the steering structure, because we believe in accountability, we are going to have all the partners that you see also on the banner. We have the East Africa community, we have IUCA, we have Senate, and also the German Corporation, because they have been able to bring together diverse ecosystems together, but also they've been able to provide not only funding, but even networks that we can leverage on. The first group of members that have actually signed up for this regional collaboration framework include ASEC, there's E4 Impact Foundation, ACLIS, there's Black Tech, there's Start Hub, there's Next Hub, Innovate Ventures, there's Connector Hub, and also there's Wins Consult. We would like for every ESO, if you're a member of ASEC, by virtue you're just listed there, but we want to encourage every ESO to be part of this regional collaboration framework, but also the other associations. So my task for my end is reaching out to Tanzania, who has a Tanzania Startup Association. Uganda, we have Startup Association as well, to be able to now forge that ecosystem. And finally, as Chris is giving me a thumbs up, is how to partner. Please scan this QR code, because we want to capture every one of you. Either you can come in as a speaker, come as a trainer, come as a coach. You can even host us in your own country for when we're doing the study tour. You can even be a sponsor. It doesn't always have to be about financial. You can say, Mercy, I will actually give you my hall, and you come and do your meetings there. As Laura mentioned, the more we come together, the more we can do together. So we want to invite you to partner with us by filling in the form, but also we'll send this to you also on email. Now, as I close out, I really just wanted to capture one or two reactions, or also invite Evelyn. Would you have any comment, addition to make? Sorry. We'll be done by 1:30, I promise. Yes, so the reason why I have to bring in Evelyn is because it's something we have been discussing for the past 2 years. When she offered me a cup of tea in Uganda. So please, also just add a bit on this one.
I think you have spoken quite a lot, and I'm really, really, really grateful for this partnership and for your leadership as well in coordinating this. This is a very interesting journey. Honestly, I feel like these hubs are a family that I've worked with for quite some time since the project started. Laura and team, together with Achilles and the new partners of E4 Impact. One thing actually which is unique is the E4 Impact University Alliance, and that is something that we need to tap into as well to really build a curriculum on entrepreneurship within universities. And I would say we are forming this collaboration has started. The network is already in place. We will work together, and also in the upcoming program that will start very soon on incubation leadership for universities. And I'll be very glad to continue this collaboration. So thank you so much, and yeah, all the best. It looks like it's going to be a very interesting journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So don't leave on stage yet. We are now handing over to the MC to now give us a physical way of launching.
So this is what my mom did for me at my wedding. We gave her the microphone, and all her relatives spoke. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we've had a very good presentation, and we are going today to also then begin this journey of working together as hubs, as association of hubs, and to signify this solidarity, and also to close our event for today. I'm going to ask the members of these different hubs to stand up, all right? Just stand up, and then I'm going to ask Mercy to give her vote of thanks, because this is actually the closing ceremony, yeah? This is the closing ceremony. So Mercy is going to give her vote of thanks, and then I'm going to tell us what we are doing next. And the reason why they are standing is so that Mercy keeps her vote of thanks short. Otherwise, they'll get tired.
Thank you so much. Before I continue, can we have also all the other hubs coming forward?
That's my work.
Oh, it's your work, okay. So as vote of thanks, we want to really appreciate GSZ, the German Corporation team, and also IUCA. But even before I continue, we had actually delegated someone to help on the vote of thanks. Dr. Salome Karibu. What you don't know is that Salome really was working with us round the clock. The training is assessment that you've seen. Daktari here has really supported us, and it actually will not be fitting if we close this event without recognizing your great work. So you can give a small word as you give the vote of thanks.
Wow, Mercy, that is an ambushment, but I take it up. Mine is to give vote of thanks, and I always like starting with the audience, the participants, because without you here, we wouldn't have had this event. So receive our appreciation. And I also really would like to appreciate all these members who are forming this network to show that we really need to work together as hubs, and we are trying to really facilitate our young innovators. And I pray that we'll actually apart from just studying here together, it will be really actionable in all the activities that we'll be doing. Mercy and team, Mercy, David, Benedict, and Edith and others who are in the background. I really appreciate each one of you. I may not know all your names, but I could see all those WhatsApps, I could see the emails, and I know you worked around the clock. So I would say kudos. You did a great job even bringing this crowd here together. I would also like to really appreciate, without the support of GIZ team, I know this wouldn't have been possible. And so David, Evelyn, and Ririan, whom I've not seen here, and others, we really appreciate your role in this. And you know, we don't forget our parents. I can't forget to mention the institution where I come from. That is Inter-University Council for East Africa, which is a key partner in this project. And actually, from the initial where it started, I had not joined IUCA, as we say in initials. It started with, you heard about Senate program. So I wouldn't want to forget. I always like recognizing even my colleagues. So first of all, I start with Ben Ruhinda, who has been the project coordinator. And I also recognize our Deputy Executive Secretary, who also joined us recently, and overall coordination with our Executive Secretary. So thank you, each one of you. And I conclude the last sentence, and I say, let us all work together, because we are the only ones who can drive our region to that transformation that we need to achieve. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. And as I said, this is our closing ceremony for today's event. It's been amazing. And let me invite our chief guest, Prof, again. Yes, we are doing another launch. Yes, today we are maximizing your presence, so please. And we are making sure that the lunch you're going to have is earned. Yes, up here. Stand on the stage. This is the, and please, Mercy. Mercy is trying to do my job. And then I'm also going to ask our representative from GIZ to join us, because we are now launching the cooperation, collaboration, and coordination roadmap. So please join us on stage, David Ross, and very good. All right, so, Mr. Cameraman, are you ready to take your photos? Very good. Yes, please. Salome, Inter-University Council, and Ben yourself. Please, Ben, there is no humility in entrepreneurship. Humble entrepreneurs die poor. All right, very good. So, yes, thank you. So this is a representation of the beginning of a journey of collaboration across East Africa for the different hubs. Ladies and gentlemen, as the photographer takes his, takes his last shot, I'm going to ask us to rise up on our feet. We are going to close with the East African anthem to signify the collaboration and the beginning of this journey. Yes, the East African anthem, that is not the one. That one is the one for the disco.
Twaomba unilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike, umoja umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's big plans. You can hold hands and take the photo.
Hold the group for group photo.
Yes, yes, yes. Hold hands and take a group photo. Solidarity forever. Very good. So we can make good politicians. All right, and the rest of the team, please join us in front for a group photo. Please come. We're taking a group photo. Yeah, we're going to take a group photo to signify that the event has taken place. After that, all right, some people can sit, some people can stand.